Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suzette Biernan, and welcome to Redefining My 60s on My Own Terms, where we've been talking for the last few episodes about my relationship love series. And we've been talking about questions that you need to ask when you're vetting potential partners, or how to vet potential partners, rather, is what it's about. And today I want to talk about covenant. I want to talk about covenant. A lot of times people look at covenant from a scriptural sense. But I want to look at covenant through a practical sense of what's important to you. What's important to you that I do, right? And we build a covenant, an agreement around it. That's really what a covenant is. It's an agreement that you have entered into, and that you are fully able to uphold your end of the covenant, your end of the agreement. Some things that might be included in a covenant, and I want to make the distinction. A covenant does not mean I am responsible for you. That I'm responsible to parent you, I'm responsible to motivate you, I'm responsible to take care of areas of your life that you as a grown-up should take care of. The covenant can't be, oh, now you're going to take the place of my mom. Now, for some women, maybe that's okay. They like that. But if you are a modern woman past a certain age, I know for us, covenant might mean something a little bit different. Covenant might mean, okay, we are going to be in each other's lives, but we're going to honor each other's individuality. We're going to honor that each other's opinion. Part of the covenant might be we're not going to call each other a name. Covenant might be you're not going to put your hands on me. I'm not going to put my hands on you. We're going to treat each other with respect. I'm not going to call you a dog or stupid or the B word. Covenant might be when we have a disagreement, there's certain lines we're not going to cross with one another. A covenant might mean yes, we love our family, but our covenant with one another supersedes our allegiance or our loyalty to our family. Practically speaking, I'll take care of my health. I'm not asking you to take care of my health. That's my responsibility. I take responsibility for my own actions. I take responsibility for my own happiness. You can support me. You can reinforce it. But I don't expect you to make me happy. I expect you to support me in the things that make me thrive, and in pursuing my soul's joy. Yes, covenant that we're going to both strive to be our best selves. That covenant could be we're going to do what we need to do to grow together. We both are about growth and progress. We're not going to hold the other back from becoming their best selves. The covenant, you're not going to expect me to be something that I'm not. That's why it's important to know somebody before you say I do. It can be, our covenant is we're going to invest in keeping our relationship healthy. We're going to do our part. It's not going to be a one-sided relationship. It's a covenant. We're in covenant. We're partners. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'm not gonna, be married in name only and act single. I'm going to be accountable to you. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to be considerate of you. That might be part of covenant. And so you need to be able to ascertain if this person is covenant minded. The covenant that I have with my husband is that we are partners. Sure, we're in different genders, but he's not so much into the whole submission, I'm the head of it. He doesn't come from that school. He comes from a school of we are partners. We negotiate, we talk, we come to agreement. If your idea is the best, we go with that. If my idea is the best, you go with that. Sure, he's going to do the heavy lifting. That's just part of his nature as a man, as a provider. But I get just as much room to say what I think and what I feel. He doesn't want a yes woman. So we know that part of our covenant is I get to state my opinion. He wants me to have an opinion. He wants me to be accountable. He wants me to be my own person. He wants that. He wants to feel like an equal, is that we're on equal footing as far as our value in the relationship. Right? So it is very important that you talk with him about covenant. You don't have to call it that. Maybe this person might not have grown up in the black church or in the kind of church culture that you grew up in. So agreement, partnership, equality. Do you believe a woman should have a right over decisions concerning her own body? And basically, covenant is the way that you plan on honoring each other in the marriage. So you need to know what he feels like is disrespectful. For some men, a woman saying she has a headache and doesn't want to engage in sex is disrespectful. For some men, her going off with her girlfriends is disrespectful. For some men, having an argument in public is disrespectful. Talking about him to your family or your friends to him is disrespectful. Right? You need to understand. You need to talk about the covenant. You need to talk about how, if we come up against something that is bigger than us, are you open to therapy? Listen, a lot of men are not. Even in this new technological age, there are still men who refuse to go to therapy. They think it's weak to go to therapy. To have somebody else tell you what to do, that's what they think in their heads. So is he the kind of person that would not consider therapy? Okay, then what would he consider? Is he the kind of person that says, we'll just pray about it? But you're the kind of person that says, but no, we need tools. I believe that God can use therapy to give us the tools that we need to move forward. Will he be resistant? Will he leave you out there by yourself? This is all part of covenant. This is part of agreement. There are things that you need to be in agreement about before you even go in. I knew before we even got married that both me and my husband respected therapy. We respected it. It wasn't a thing where one of us would say, let's go to therapy, and then we're not going to put the effort in to truly get the best out of it. Because I know some people will say therapy and just use it as a word, but you notice they're not really putting the effort in. They really aren't really trying. In what ways will you both commit to honoring your relationship. And it has to be something that you feel naturally that you can do. It can't be pie in the sky. It can't be let's wait till we get to it. Not at this age, not at this stage, not with the world being the way that it is and so much misinformation out there. It's amazing to me that in this new information age, there are still men being brought up with old, antiquated ideals about a woman's role in their life and their role in hers. And for those of us who subscribe to Christianity, covenant is something that's very, very real. We feel like we're in covenant with God. We're in covenant with God. That's the basis of our salvation. We have a committed relationship with God. That no matter what happens, I ain't leaving you. And you ain't leaving me. Right? And I'm not expecting my spouse to be God. But I would like for him to be someone who respects covenant. And understands covenant is a two-way street. You're not just expecting God to do all the heavy lifting and you get all the benefits and you don't do nothing, but just keep asking for stuff. Right? So that's a very important conversation to have. How do you see us interacting? What are the boundaries? What are the safeguards that we have around our marriage? Because even in the Bible, there is a scripture, I don't know where it is, but it even talks about a woman, about even a couple coming together, a husband or wife coming together and getting the consensus from the other before they even go into fasting. Because in that context, fasting meant abstaining not just from food, but from sex. And it was saying not even to enter into a fast without getting your spouse's support in doing so, lest you do that and it create a vulnerability or create a situation because of your lack of showing up sexually for each other, your lack of intimacy, your lack of connection. Right? So covenant is very, very important. And I look forward to hearing what you all have to say. Please make sure you definitely put what you're thinking in the comments. If you have some things that you can add that you feel like will be useful, please make sure you do so. If you have questions, if I don't know the answers to it, I certainly will find out the answer. I read the comments. And yes, I interact, and it's me. It's me interacting. I'm very interested to hear what you all have to say, not just in this episode, but in the previous ones too. I'm very interested to hear what your thoughts are. And again, please like, share, subscribe. By subscribing, you'll get notifications as episodes drop. And also, from what I understand, it kind of does something for the algorithm. And I feel like this. If there's an algorithm that's going to increase the likelihood that someone who needs to see this will see this, then hey, let's make it happen. So, yes. So until next time, right? I'll see you in the next episode. Okay?